Welcome back to the Pickin' Podcast. I'm Brady Pruitt.
I'm Bryson King.
And it's officially time. It is officially college football playoffs.
Playoffs are here.
We've been doing this for like 15 weeks, Bryson. 15 weeks. I don't think we've missed a podcast like week. Well, some of them were
Because we had a house.
yeah, which ain't really our fault. But when we had to be here, we have not met. Which did the last one? Did you ever post the last one?
Yes.
Okay. So, as y'all know, by the last one, and by
I shouldn't have posted it.
what
I should have
has
done
came about this weekend. We'll go ahead and go over the games, but your boy is shooting for 100%. JMU. Bryson.
It's in the playoffs.
Well, I was just saying that they won this last week. They won over Troy, which we both picked. So 1-0 right now.
Tulane.
Or 1-1. Tulane gets the W over North Texas as your boy picked. Bryson, did you pick? Yeah, that's what I thought. Texas Tech's gonna get a big win over BYU. We both picked that one. I don't really think BYU played too bad. I just think Texas Tech's just Texas Tech this year. I think they're just a really good football team. They
beat BYU.
Yeah. I mean, you know it's harder to beat somebody one time, Bryson?
With the class.
Yeah.
Ask that when Prince Pat.
Well, I have a question for you. Who won between Indiana and Ohio State? Who picked Indiana? Who did not pick Indiana? Alrighty then. Bryson's already missed 2 games. Great week for Bryson so far. Then, no, we didn't. I didn't make them all.
Virginia lost.
Virginia loses to Duke in the ACC championship.
I lost 4 games this week.
I actually forgot about that one. Virginia loses. That's because it was late night. Once you called me, it wasn't over yet. But see, it goes back again to the committee, and we'll get into this and get to talking. But Bryson thought he had nature called before this. We may not even. I don't know. We're gonna speed through this, but the ACC champions don't even get into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure that was part of the rule, right?
Then you take another ACC.
Then you take another ACC team that didn't even make it to the conference championship game
And put them in the playoffs.
in the playoffs. It doesn't make sense. Lastly, Kirby Smart and the Dogs run off the Tide, son.
Okay, they should have rethought about this neutral stadium. It's in Georgia.
Yeah, but it's still neutral. It's an NFL. Y'all, it's the closest NFL stadium to both teams. They can't help that it's
In Georgia.
in Georgia. They can't help that.
We played them in Athens, beat them in Athens at night for the first time in a long time.
Like 5 years.
I thought it's ever. I think it's ever.
I don't know. No.
No, it's just been a while. And then you go and play them in Atlanta and play like a Pee Wee football.
All right, Bryson, we're turning into a problem here.
Yeah.
The college football playoffs do not start until next week. They get a week off. So we're just going to do bowl game and then update them on the bracket.
Yeah, we could go.
Because, I mean, you're going to want to. Yeah. All right, so Pick'em will be next week on college football playoffs. But it's time to Pick'em bowl edition. I like that little ring it had. Bowl edition. Bowl.
You know who's not playing a ball game? Notre Dame.
That is
They
true.
dropped out of their bowl game.
That is true. And
What have I been saying since week 2?
well, they dropped out of the bowl game because they feel mistreated. Well, here's my thing. Join a freaking conference.
Hey, Bertie, what have I been saying about the Fighting Irish?
The Fighting Irish have nothing left to fight.
Their season's over.
Their season is over. They don't make it to the playoffs, which they were trying to, hold it against Alabama for losing to Georgia this weekend, saying that it was an 81% chance that they would get in and like a 98% that Notre Dame would get in, and then like an 87% that Miami gets in. But guess what? The 98% did not get in. I think it was a 98% chance of not getting into the playoffs is what they should have put. because Notre Dame does not get in. And let me tell you, when you can play whoever you want throughout the year, no matter what, you get to pick all of your schedule. Okay, if you're going to be a non-conference team, play teams that are very, very good. You shouldn't play a week. There should not be 3 weeks that you're playing no-name teams. There shouldn't be 3. I mean, they played Arkansas 1 week. Arkansas has always been bottom of the SEC. You can't make it to the playoffs by playing bottom feeder conference teams. It's not going to happen. And for you to be mad because, you were like 7-2 and they were still putting you in the top 10 in week 10. That's ridiculous. When you had other teams that were undefeated and they weren't even in the top 25. So, does Notre Dame decide to join conference after this year? Or do they stay non-conference because they're getting all of the money? Which is smart, but whoever is I don't know if it's your head coach that picks the games. I don't know how they do it because they're non-conference. Pick. You need to be playing. If you want a chance at playoffs every year, you got to play a top 25 team every single week. Am I wrong? No. Because you don't have a conference. You're never going to get that bid by winning the conference because you don't have one. And here's another thing that doesn't make sense. Why is Duke not in? Yeah, I'm pretty sure when they made the 12-team playoff, the very first 4 that are supposed to be in is the conference championships of the Power 4. ACC, Big 10, SEC, and Big 12, right? And Big 12 is in there. Big 12 would be Oregon, correct? So that it's not making a lot of sense here. Because now you're putting an ACC team in, but you're putting a middle of the road ACC team in just because they beat top conference teams or top 25 teams. But here's the thing: if that team is getting beat by Duke or Virginia or Georgia Tech or whoever's in the conference that they lost to because they were like 3-3 in their conference, they're not the best team in the conference. The best team in the conference is the team that just won the conference championship, obviously. Now, I mean, you can go into argument saying Duke didn't play anybody and but they did. They played the same conference that Miami played in, but Miami couldn't win. So what's the issue there? And to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And then you give the spot to James Madison over Duke is what's really confusing. If Virginia would have won that game, Virginia's in. So that's what doesn't make sense. Just because Virginia lost, so now Duke didn't have a chance at playoffs either way, like that shouldn't be allowed. And there's a lot of problems with the committee and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's wanting to sue because Bama has 2 conference losses and a non-conference no-ranked loss. You've got Notre Dame's talking about suing now because Miami shouldn't get in over them. They beat Miami, and it's just everybody's getting sued happy. It's a great time of year. Just go ahead and sue everybody at Christmas. Get you some extra Christmas money. And if you're on the other side of it, don't buy your kids some Christmas gifts because you ain't gonna have no money because you get sued. But we'll get into the bowl games.
There's one thing.
That's it.
You got a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Those aren't bowl. Some of those aren't bowl games. No, this is in the bowl because that's playoffs.
It's still a bowl. It's still a bowl game.
Yeah, but today is the 8th.
I know.
So this next weekend
will be the 13th.
That's it?
That'll be on the 16th. Next week.
On what? There's nothing. So does everybody takes a week or 2 off?
I didn't say.
Yeah. Like LSU doesn't play until the 27th. Alright, well then I guess there will be a pick. I guess we're going to next week. We'll pick the Boise State, Washington, and Army Navy.
Those are two games.
Give me Navy. Give me Navy.
Is Army the one that wins the first game?
Yep. Look, I mean, it's literally like Alabama, Auburn. Anybody can win that game every time. But I gotta stick with Navy. My uncle was in the Navy. You gotta stick with the Navy.
No, yeah. What about a run heavy?
36 to 69.
Rushing up to the court is a leading rusher. 15 touchdowns, 2 inches.
Well, look at that one. They're both run heavy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Who's gonna be able to stop the run?
Well, they pass the ball, but they also take the ball down.
I gotta go with Navy though.
I'll take Army.
And then what's the other one? Boise State and Washington.
I'm going to
I'll go Washington. All right, so there's your picks for this week. Not a lot. Not really a lot to pick from. I guess we're gonna change it up a little bit, and we're gonna get Gary in here.
Derek,
and he's gonna give his opinion on college football playoffs committee.
now let's just
And Lane Kiffin going to LSU. Come on, Gary.
Now let's just make it big.
No, Gary's coming in here.
Come here, Gary. Pull a chair up this side.
No, he's going to this other.
We can't.
Zoom him out, Gary. We're switching it up, man. We gotta switch it up. You see? Yeah. Gary was trying to go back there and take a nice little nappy nap, and we're not going to nap. You got work to do. So.
All right, Gary. First question I want to ask you.
Chill.
No, there ain't no chill on this podcast.
We turned it up.
You won't. Why he didn't say so? We're gonna make it 50 on the name. Who do you think's gonna win? A 6-5 Army team. Or a 9-2 Navy.
But it's Army Navy game. It's anybody Navy. Navy.
Gary went Navy. Alright, what about the good old
Boise State versus Washington? Hey, great. Washington almost beat Ohio State. Let's keep in mind. Gary, what's your opinion on? I'm sure you've seen stuff about college playoffs. Have you seen stuff about it?
A little bit. What is hard as well?
What are you thinking about it over there?
I don't know. I try not to pay attention to it.
Why?
Because it means you argue all the time. We argue all the time.
I'm not arguing. I want your honest opinion.
Well, I don't pay attention to it too much. So.
Well, okay. Do you think that Alabama should have been punished for losing a conference championship game? No. Okay.
No.
Do you think that Notre Dame should have got in since they're not in the conference? Miami is in the conference. Did make it to the conference championship. Actually landed like right in the middle of their conference. They were like 3-3 in conference play. And Notre Dame beat Miami at the beginning of the year. Who do you think should have got into the playoffs? Miami or Notre Dame?
I think the old Fighting Irish should have got it.
That's see, and I've got to agree with him there, Rossi, because
I agree with you.
why would they put? I mean, it's kind of like all these Alabama fans that like, well, you know, why would they put Vandy in there if we beat Vandy? Okay, well then why are they putting Miami in over Notre Dame? Notre Dame, yeah, they started off a little rough. Or did Miami beat Notre Dame? That's a big factor. I think you're right.
No, if they lost them.
Yeah, they did. They did beat them first game of the season. So never mind, that changes everything.
So now it's actually
well,
I get the title.
I guess, but I still don't understand. Okay, but this kind of goes back. If you're gonna hold the conference championship against someone, or not hold it against them, can you hold the very first game of the season against them when they open the season with a top 10 opponent?
If it comes down to it. But here's my
But it's
question.
like also like Alabama, Florida State. It didn't matter because Florida State was terrible this year.
Okay, I can see where the committee's coming at with this because do you put Notre Dame in, who isn't in a conference, or do you put Miami in, who's in the middle of their conference? Well, if you throw both of those out the window, Miami did beat Notre Dame, and you kind of have to throw it out the window because Duke is a no-ranked ACC champion this year. But is it fair to Duke? Do you think it's fair to Duke?
Win games and not worry about it.
They won their conference champion. They're the champion of the ACC, and they did not get the playoff spot.
Yeah, I didn't play.
They won. I mean, yeah, they had 5 losses, but they also just beat the number 17 team in the ACC. Like if you go back to Duke's, let's just go look at Duke's schedule. I mean, all right, so now their bowl game is December 31st, 1 p.m. against Arizona State. But should they be playing with that? But what's your thoughts on it?
No.
You don't think so? All right.
I think Miami is a way better football team.
First game of the season, they lose to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is in the playoffs. Then they go and beat Elon.
Yes.
Yeah. 17-45. They lose to Illinois. Illinois, 45-19.
Illinois.
They lose to Tulane, who is also in the playoffs. So two of your 3 losses in the first 4 weeks of the playoff team, right? Then you beat North Carolina State. North Carolina State beat Miami. Okay. Then you beat Syracuse. Then you beat California. Then you lose. I think this is the game that determines it right here. If you beat Georgia Tech in what is this, week 7, week 8, I think you're in the playoffs. They lose to number 22 Georgia Tech, who Georgia Tech was this close to being in the playoffs. If they would have beat Pitt, they would have been in the conference championship. They win the conference championship. And so, what are you doing?
You know you can't sit still.
Okay, and then you beat Clemson, right? You beat Clemson. Then you go and lose. Yes. Then you lose to UConn by 3. That one probably hurt them. That's an unranked loss. You beat your rivals. Hold on. Virginia beat you the first time. Then you go and beat your rivals. Then you go and beat Wake Forest, who almost beat Georgia Tech. Then you beat Virginia, the number 19 team in the country, by 7. So you had one. That's the only thing. You got one top 25 win. But like 3 of your 5 are in the playoffs, or two of your 5 losses are in the playoffs. One of them's the 6th seed. The other one's 11, I think. So I don't know. I do feel bad for Duke because I think it should be ACC. I think it should be conference champion.
I'm pretty sure it's how it was set up.
It's how it was set up, but now that we're just changing the rules about when it gets there. Well, let's just put Miami in. And you can argue that there's money involved here. Is there money involved? I think so. Because let's be honest, who wants to see Duke make a playoff? Nobody. Who wants? What about those 1998 Miami Hurricane fans? They want to see that happen. 1998. Dude, my dad graduated high school that year. He's still alive.
You did graduate in 1998.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You're not. He's gonna be fucking bro.
Isn't your dad older?
How old is that?
He was born in 79.
So that's my
46.
I have one of them.
Oh, your dad. Next year, your dad's going to kick the bucket.
I'm just saying now. It's probably the worst podcast or something.
Well,
Because I'm about.
well, hey.
I was trying to take a nap back there. No. No.
Was it 98? I think they won.
98.
Let's see when the last time.
Everything was very good.
Oh, that's girls basketball. Okay. What? No, what? This has nothing to do with football or a national. Okay, whatever.
Football.
That was literally just last night's game. Or whenever they played. No, 91. 2001.
Now look up one of the years before.
Had to be around here, but I don't want to buy anything off Wikipedia. 2001. 91. Done, man.
Like those metal things on the ground. Looks like the end of the road we did leave started.
Alright, so he played 93 to 95.
Rock played that.
93 to 95. Yeah, he played for Miami 93 to 95. Was Dwayne on the national championship team?
Yeah, he was. He was a member of the 1991 national football team. He was larger than the
Dwayne Loki sucked at football.
He went undrafted in 1995 draft and really signed the same team.
XFL. Okay, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a freaking national champion.
Yeah, but he's gone.
Shout out to The Rock. Hey, a ring's a ring, buddy.
A ring is a ring.
I mean, look at Thad Castle.
Yeah.
Would you not want to have this job? You just sit there and be back at the quarterback and not have to do
That's
anything?
gonna love this reference.
I mean, that's a great reference.
It's great.
Bo,
Probably a little bit inappropriate.
well, it's okay. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, even kickers in the NFL. I mean, if we're just going to talk about anything in this podcast, is we ain't got nothing to talk about. Kickers make a lot of money just to walk out there.
Kicker salary.
24 million?
Yeah.
No way.
Harrison Butker makes $25.6 million.
No, that's 30.
That's
Oh wait, that's the lowest?
You sure?
You're doing kicker contracts and salary.
You're down there, you get to walk out there. They're not allowed to teach you.
The highest. All right, here's the contracts.
Harrison Butker total value at the age of 30.
He makes the
He
most.
was making $6.5 million a year playing football.
Total revenue is about, what is that? 25,600,000. The kick ass football.
The lowest,
And you're not allowed to teach you.
He don't have to run.
the lowest is for the Colts.
I'm gonna go be a kicker.
234,000.
234,000 just to be an average NFL kicker. Like
That's probably a
terrible.
that's probably a practicing kicker. That's bottom.
Because look, there's Colts again.
You think
He's
I'm
making
making
1.3.
Bottom of the line, rookie probably.
Rookie playing on practice squad on a different team.
$234,000 to be a kicker.
Yeah, but now you go work 60 hours a week, hard labor. You're lucky to make $100,000 a year.
I mean, look.
Average per year 6.5 million.
Can we be mad? I mean, let's be honest. I can't go play for mine.
And if Harrison Butker just decided, oh, I'm done, average his fully guaranteed 15 million.
No matter what.
No matter what.
I think low key, if I really wanted to, I could go be a kicker.
Garrett. No. No.
You could make a field goal. Like a PAT.
You don't know me though.
I do know.
You don't know me.
You're 367 to
I'm that guy.
367 to
7 to 360.
You said that back.
I'm not listening to more things.
He's 720.
400.
3-6.
3-6.
Are you 3-6? Garrett, that is inappropriate.
He's 3-6 and he lays sideways.
Alright. So, since we don't have anything else to talk about,
I'm sorry.
who should win Heisman? Because
I
Heisman
think
will come out.
me and you had this conversation.
Garrett knows mine.
Yeah, definitely. God, I hate him.
I think Diego Pocket's more in conversation than he is.
No.
And I think Mendoza wins. I think it's either going to be Sagan or Mendoza, whoever wins.
Yeah, the game shows that.
Saturday night, it's gonna be.
I could see that, but is it voted on by committee?
If it's voted on committee, then it's Tyson.
No, if it's voted on by committee, it's Fernando Mendoza. If it's voted on by people or multiple like coaches, or I don't know how they vote on it, but I think it goes. Diego.
This is the Texas State on that list.
I think it's Diego Pavia, and the only reason is or Pavia, he's just that guy. He's been that guy. He made Vanderbilt what it is. I mean, Georgia just had a guy leave, a 5-star quarterback leave and go to Vandy. You remember seeing that? Like, that wouldn't have happened 5 years ago. Who's been going out with Nick Saban? Roll Tide.
Take somewhere you would. LSU.
How do you feel about Lane Kiffin coming to LSU? You did? Why?
It was in the works that he was supposed to come to Alabama.
Who? This guy?
Lincoln.
Oh,
He was so.
he was waiting on the Iron Bowl game. And if y'all would have lost the Iron Bowl game, they would have had to fire DeBoer, and he probably would have
Kalen DeBoer
wanted to go.
would have gone to Penn State.
Yep.
And then Lincoln went to Alabama.
But there is Garrett, you got to chill, dog.
Garrett, go back.
Go sit down. You're done. You're done. You're fired.
Thank you, Garrett. Zoom the camera back in on us. Alright, so this is the dude that they was talking about that should be in the Heisman. Is Jacob Rodriguez.
He is.
He is.
What a
He won't
mustache.
win, but this dude is a stud.
A mustache.
Let me see his stats.
Are you just limited on my face?
No, I was cutting back just too often.
What a kid. Look, and here's my thing.
He has
Can I talk?
60 solo tackles, 1 sack as an inside linebacker, 7 forced fumbles and 4 interceptions.
If that sack number is above 8, he wins the Heisman.
He has 114 tackles.
If that sack number is above 10, he wins the Heisman.
There's not a pass rush.
Let me say this: there is a phone call between the AD at Alabama and Lane Kiffin that has been released. And Lane Kiffin, in my knowledge, based off the video, and we'll just say that, has no interest going to Alabama whatsoever. Have you seen the video? It is a very vulgar video. Not really. But you can tell Lane was very heated. Basically, he said this is the same stuff that happens every year, and he's happy where he was with Ole Miss. Obviously, he wasn't. And he said, me and my family have no desire to go back to Alabama. We don't really like Alabama. Oh, yeah, there is. But I think he was so irritated with the fact that they tried to probably get him when Saban left. I know the camera's zooming in on my face. They tried to get him when Saban left. They tried to get him here recently when they thought they were going to fire the board. And I think he was just tired of it. Because if you're not going to, I mean, and I don't think Kiffin would have, I didn't think Kiffin wanted to go to Alabama and fill in Nick Saban's shoes. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be that guy. So that's
Oh, I
why
did
they-
see. So you know how everybody's talking about how
Fired the board, board's up.
Yeah.
you know what Nick Saban's record was his first year?
why it's the same thing.
1980. You know what the board was after? He plays like Palmer.
After he loses though,
You know what?
honestly,
you know what
has
Nick
he
Saban's-
done that bad?
You know who?
Are you?
Hold
as
on,
a
I'm
Bama fan,
not
are you
sure.
happy with the board?
Shut up. I'm okay with it. You know what Nick Saban's third year was? Adam? 13 and 0 with an average.
So that was your prediction. It could happen. It's the problem. Okay, who's y'all's quarterback? Appreciate it. There's no quarterback that you got. It is him. Not after he's had a rocky year. Is he a junior, senior, fifth year, senior?
Nah, Tyler get drafted this year.
I think he's a senior.
Y'all think if I would have locked in, I could have went to the NFL?
You were just on it. He is a junior, so he can stay for one more year. If he stays, that's going to be good for him.
Brody, do you think if I would have walked in,
Well, here's the thing. He's had a year to grow. Let's see how he does in this
He
playoff.
didn't do that bad. He's 26-5. The only reason he threw one last night was off a tip pass.
Yeah.
And then you also can't expect to do so much with a quarterback if you're a one-dimensional football team that tries to run the football.
This is a
You know how many rushing yards Alabama had Saturday night?
-3.
-3.
They were number 16 in the SEC in rushing last week, and only 2 teams played. They had -3. 16 teams in the SEC, and they were. Yeah, it was really good. But, Russ, this is a piece of his chair. That's how good our chairs are at Wilson High School. Got a nice little point right here, a little roof. Over here, you got the ocean. Over that way. That's sharp.
I'll zoom into that real quick.
This right here is what I call my mountain. So here's my house, and on this side is the ocean, and that side is mountain.
So what's that mean?
We'll talk about it. Anyways, guys, sorry for the weird podcast. There really wasn't much we could talk about. You know, I didn't realize that the bowl games are spread out. I thought they played them all on Saturday.
No, I didn't know the spread was mostly wide. I knew some against the other.
Well, yeah, I knew there'd be like a Friday, Saturday, maybe a Monday game. But I didn't expect like Tuesday of one week, Thursday of the next. Like, what are we doing? One place on the 31st after the first round of playoffs. Like, what? So, I don't know, but we had to improvise. There will be football to watch sometime here soon. This Saturday will be the next time.
Where's that page?
Yeah, but next week, y'all be ready. It will be college football playoff bracket pick'em. Say that 3 times.
College football playoff bracket pick'em.
College playoff bracket.
College football playoff bracket
College football
pick'em.
bracket pick'em. See ya, people. But appreciate y'all watching. Sorry for the weird podcast. We love you. We'll see y'all later.
Hey.